What are you afraid of? Life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better off you will be. You keep telling yourself, I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid it's not going to work out. But what if it works out exactly how you imagined it or greater? Entertain that thought. There's a reason why the saying, take the leap of faith, is so popular. Pretend you're in an Assassin's Creed game and you're taking the leap of faith from that bell tower. Leap over the boundaries of logic and reason to trust in whatever that thing is. Everything in life, your career, school, relationships, buzzing your hair, requires you to experiment and see what works and what doesn't. It requires you to adapt your skills and personality to whatever task you're doing. There's no one size fits all. You need to experiment with what is complementary to you if you want to achieve any kind of success. Pretend you are someone who is in college for computer science and you're looking for an internship or a job. To increase your chances, you're going to need a portfolio. Now, how do you make a portfolio? You actually create projects on your own. And I'm not talking about the projects that are required assignments to do in school, like creating a calculator app. I'm talking about pursuing projects that actually interest you and are actually challenging. It's very simple. Find a challenge, experiment, learn. Keep experimenting, taking action, and learning, and eventually you'll have enough iterations that the challenge you thought was rocket science is now a walk in the park. Now, another example. Imagine you're in the middle of another global lockdown and your hair has grown out so much you look like a hedgehog. You're running out of money and you remember you have a pair of trimmers in your bathroom. Then you remember a video by Progressful about experimenting without fear. So you get the motivation to start buzzing your hair. At first, it seems daunting and you prepare yourself by watching endless videos of DIY haircut tutorials. Then you get your trimmers and you start buzzing away. An hour later, you're done, but you've accidentally created a bald spot. But the best part is that you saved $30 from the hair salon. You realize that your short hair actually looks good on you. You get to wear your favorite hats now, and you have a story to tell. And at the end of the day, your hair will grow back. Maybe this wasn't the best example, but you get the point. By experimenting without fear, you learn so much about yourself, sometimes even things you would have never expected. If you don't experiment, you're never going to learn. Read this quote from Mr. Henry Ford himself. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Now, experimenting with fear doesn't need to be this huge mountain of obstacles you face. Start small, try small things first, learn from mistakes, and keep going. Do you remember when you first learned how to ride a bike? If you never learned, that's okay. Just try to imagine. Okay, so you see your sibling riding a bike and you desperately want to learn how to ride a bike too, but you're scared. Now you have two options. Experiment without fear and learn to ride the bike, or doubt yourself and you never learn. You decide to experiment without fear, and you don't need to go head first into riding the bike. Your sibling gives you training wheels. You lose your balance here and there, but you keep practicing and eventually you take off the training wheels and have your sibling help you balance. Then you get to a point where you can ride alone. You keep getting better and better, and now you're the coolest kid on your block and you're bragging to all your friends about how you can ride a bike alone. I know, we're all much older and are adults now, or at least almost adults now, and you can't compare learning to ride a bike to the responsibilities you have now, but you can. The same principles apply. Just like when you first learned to ride a bike, embrace the learning process. That's why I even started this YouTube channel and why I even experimented with different editing techniques and style for this particular video. I experimented with something entirely different, and it could have been easier for me to do the same thing as I've been doing on my last video, but I know that's not going to help me grow. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if people are going to like it or not, but I still did it. I did it because I'm trying to see what works for me and what doesn't. Even if it's not my best work, I learned something from it. This channel is going to be living proof that experimenting works and that this is an ever-evolving journey. Remember, all it boils down to is this: find a challenge, experiment, and learn. Whatever fear is holding you back from doing the thing, it's going to remain until you acknowledge it.